Let me ask you something. You've tried the vision boards, you've done the affirmations, you've visualized until you're blue in the face, and still nothing has changed. Here's the truth that changed everything for me. The problem is never your technique. The problem is a hidden pattern running underneath everything, silently, automatically, that cancels out every single thing you try on the surface. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what that pattern is and why it formed and the 3-step process to finally rewrite it. Welcome back, and if you're new, I'm so glad you found this video. Stay until the end because the middle section is where most people have their biggest breakthrough. Here's what nobody tells you about the law of attraction. It only addresses your conscious mind, and your conscious mind is 5% of what's actually running your life. Neuroscientists estimate that 95% of your behavior, your emotional reactions, your decisions, all of it comes from your subconscious mind. The part you can't see, the part that actually operates on autopilot. So when you repeat affirmations with your conscious mind, while your subconscious mind is running a completely different program underneath, nothing changes. You're updating the app while the operating system is still broken. And here is the piece that makes everything else click. Your subconscious was not designed to help you get what you want. It was designed to keep you consistent with what it believes about who you are. This is why lottery winners return to broke within a few years. The money changed. The inner identity didn't. The subconscious corrected it. This is why people keep attracting the same relationship patterns, no matter how different each new person seems. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're running outdated code. And that code was mostly written before you were 7 years old, when your brain was operating in a deeply suggestible theta state, absorbing everything around you. The beliefs, the emotional atmosphere, the stories about what was possible for someone like you. Those early downloads became your blueprint. And until you update that blueprint, no technique in the world will hold. The good news, though, is the brain is what they call neuroplastic. It can change at any age, but first, you have to see what's in the blueprint. There are 7 subconscious patterns I see quietly sabotaging people's results over and over again. And as I name each one, I want you to pay attention to any reaction in your body, because recognition is the beginning of change. So pattern 1 is what I call the unworthiness loop. This one doesn't announce itself as, I don't deserve good things. It's subtler. It sounds like, yes, but who am I to have that? It shows up as deflecting compliments, shrinking when you're recognized, feeling vaguely guilty when life goes well, often born from actually conditional love that felt like it had to be earned. So when this pattern runs, you can desperately want success on the surface, while your subconscious quietly keeps just out of reach. The second pattern is the safety in struggle identity. Some of us grew up where struggle was actually noble, where suffering was proof of worth. If that's your background, ease can feel really dangerous. Success can feel really suspicious. And people with this pattern unconsciously manufacture problems when things go too smoothly. They self-sabotage at the finish line, not because they're afraid to win, but because winning without struggle doesn't just feel like home. And the third pattern, the visibility terror. If being seen was unsafe when you were small, if standing out in your family attracted punishment, jealousy, or criticism, your nervous system learned visibility equals danger. Now, every time you're about to post the video, launch the business, or speak up in the room, your system pulls the brake. Not because you're afraid of failing, because you're afraid of being seen, and seen once felt unsafe. The fourth pattern what I call the love-money conflict. This one sounds like rich people are greedy, money corrupts, spiritual people don't care about wealth. If you absorbed any version of that growing up, your subconscious has linked money to a threat to your identity as a good person. And you would rather stay broke and feel virtuous than build wealth and feel like someone you don't respect. So the money comes in and mysteriously it evaporates. The fifth pattern, the imposter frequency. The moment they really see me, they'll know I'm not what they think. I love this one. This pattern doesn't block achievement. It makes achievement feel chronically unreal. You hit the goal and immediately find a reason it doesn't count. Luck, timing, anyone could have done it. What doesn't land internally doesn't expand externally. The ceiling stays in place. And the sixth one is the loyalty ceiling. This one is rooted in love, which makes it the hardest to see. If your advancement would have made the people you love feel left behind, if success in your family meant separation, part of you may have quietly decided that staying small is an act of loyalty. So every time you get close to the next level, a voice whispers, "But what about them?" And you stop. Not because you don't want it, because some deep loyal part of you believes you have to choose love or success. And the seventh pattern is what I call a future self disconnect. Manifestation runs an emotional resonance. Your subconscious responds to feelings, not thoughts. So when you can genuinely feel like the person who already has what you desire, your brain generates that as a real neurological experience. But when your future self feels like a stranger, when you can picture the goal but can't feel yourself inside it, the manifestation process has nothing to lock onto. This disconnect is usually built from repeated disappointment, from a quiet decision made in the pain of wanting things that didn't come, to stop really wanting, to dream at arm's length, just in case. And that hedge, that emotional protection, is exactly what keeps results away. So, how do we actually change this? Here are 3 steps that I found work with the subconscious and not against it. Step 1 would be name it without shame. Identify your pattern or combination of patterns with total compassion. It's not about blaming yourself. The energy you're looking for is, "Oh, there you are. I see you now. And I understand why you formed." Write it down. Acknowledge when it began. Thank it for what it was trying to protect. It's not weakness. That's the doorway. Step 2 is to build the bridge belief. In my experience, the most common mistake in reprogramming is trying to leap from a deep limiting belief straight to its opposite. If your subconscious believes, "I'm not worthy," and you're trying to force, "I am completely worthy and abundant," your internal defense system activates. It knows that's not true, and it has years of evidence. It rejects the new belief like a foreign organ. Instead, create a bridge, a statement true enough to be accepted, expansive enough to open a new door. "I am not worthy" becomes, "I'm beginning to consider that I might be more worthy than I believed." Or "money is dangerous" becomes, "I'm open to the idea that money and being a good person can coexist." These aren't weak affirmations. They are strategically calibrated truths that bypass the defense system. Step 3, embody the future self daily in your theta window. That sounds good, huh? Here's the neuroscience secret. Remember, theta brainwaves, the state from childhood where everything was absorbed without a filter. You can actually return to that state deliberately. And the most accessible theta windows in your day are the first 10 minutes after waking and the last 10 minutes before you go to sleep. In those moments, the critical filter of your conscious mind is soft. The subconscious is listening to those windows. Don't think your future self. Feel it. Inhabit it. What does your body feel like? What are your automatic Morning thoughts when you're already living that life. Breathe into it for at least 5 minutes. And then, throughout your day, when the old pattern surfaces, which it may, pause, place your hand on your heart, take 3 slow breaths, and ask one question. Ask, what would my future self do right now? Then do that thing, because behavior shapes belief just as powerfully as belief shapes behavior. Every small aligned action is evidence your subconscious can use to update the old story. Here's the takeaway from today. Manifestation isn't failing because the principle is wrong. It's failing because 95% of what drives your results has never been addressed. The hidden subconscious blueprint, written before you were 7, quietly controls what you allow yourself to have, be, and become. The 7 patterns are real. If you recognize yourself in one of them today, that recognition is not an accident. That's your awareness beginning to shift. And the 3 steps, name it, bridge it, embody it, are where the actual change happens. One thing I want you to do right now is drop a comment below and tell me which of the 7 patterns actually resonated the most with you. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just name it. The act alone is powerful. And if you want to go deeper, let me know in the comments, as I have a full 50-minute breakdown of everything that we've covered today. I'll gladly send you that. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because next week I'm going to be sharing the single morning practice with the most scientific backing for subconscious reprogramming that I've ever studied. You'll want to see that one. I'll see you there. So this is John Williams reminding you that your vision, your beliefs, and your emotions are shaping your future right now. Choose wisely, live abundantly, keep dreaming big, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.